Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to play with this adorable little stamp set. It is one of the House Mouse designs, and so this is part of the House Mouse Holiday Dreams collection. This is Sweet Twist. So it does have 4 stamps. It has this beautiful image, and then it has 3 sentiment stamps. One says Sweet Holiday Wishes, the other says Hope Your Stocking is Filled with Holiday Cheer, and then Unwrap the Magic, Merry Christmas. Now these are cling rubber stamps, and I've gone ahead and positioned them in my MISTI so that we can go ahead and start right away. Now I did die cut a tag, and this is a tag I had in my stash. I'm not sure where it's from, but if I can find where it's from, I will link it in the description box. I will also be sure to link all the goodies I'm using in the description box as well. So I positioned this image, such a cute little image, so it's kind of hanging off the edge of my tag here. And I'm just going to stamp it with some of my black amalgam ink from Gina K Designs, because I'm going to be coloring this image using my Prismacolor Colored Pencils. So let's get this image all stamped up and ready to go. So my thought process with this is I do make homemade gift tags and stocking tags for my family every year. So I thought, wouldn't this be cute to attach to all the stockings for everyone? Oh, perfect. Then, so as to not move around my tag, all I did was flip my MISTI over and reposition my little sticky mat I have in there. And then I'm going to add a magnet just to my sticky mat so it doesn't shift when I'm stamping. And then I'll clean these up after. Now rubber stamps, they just stamp so beautifully. I love them. Okay, so here is my sentiment going right here. And it simply says, Unwrap the Magic, Merry Christmas. So they'll get to unwrap their stockings, which is the last thing they open up after opening up Christmas gifts in my house. Look how pretty. Okay, let's get the tag off of here, and I'm going to set this off to the side and clean it up when we're done. So I've already chosen some colors to use. I've got, let's see, pomegranate, Crimson Lake, Nectar, Sienna Brown, Ochre Brulee. I need to put glasses on. And I also have Crimson Red and Scarlet Red. So before I start coloring up my little image here, I kind of want to do a little bit of ink blending around the side of my tag, and maybe I should have done that first, but no worries, I can do it now. So I think I'm just gonna let me grab some red ink. All right, so I'm just gonna use some cherry red here, and I know I started ink blending with whatever ink was on my blending brush first, but no worries, it's okay. And I just thought, you know, it'd be pretty to have some ink blended around the edges, because I am going to color the stocking red, and of course the candy cane red and white, and the berries red. So let's bring in some more red around the edges.
Celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way.
I think that's enough, right? So we can start coloring up our little tag, And so I'm going to go in with Crimson Lake for my berries, and not pressing too hard, kind of a lighter hand. And then I'll go back over it if I need to add a highlight or anything.
This time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about guests.
Now I'm going to come in with some of the pomegranate and kind of go around just to kind of darken up the lower part of the berry to make it look a little more dimensional. And I'll tell you, I try and make sure I sharpen my colored pencils before I start coloring, so I have a nice sharp pointy tip to color with. And I was going to bring in some Gamsol to kind of smooth out the coloring, but I think I finished it. I can't find the one bottle I had of refill, and the bottle where I keep my Gamsol in is empty, so I think I have to buy some more.
My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say, and I claim.
All right, now let's go and do our branches. So I am going to go in with burnt okra.
Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this
Now I do have another stamp set from the House Mouse Holiday Dreams collection, but I will do a video for that one later this month because it's a little bit different than this one. So I kind of wanted to highlight them individually. I might go in and darken up some of them, and this is Sienna Brown.
holiday represents, but it's fair to say.
That should work. Now for my little mouse, I'm going to go back in with that Sienna Brown and color his little fur in here. And this one I am kind of pressing a little more firmly on my pencil to get a darker pigmentation of this color. But then I'll go lightly on the ear. So it's not quite so dark. And then lightly on his face. So see, with one colored pencil I can get different shades, just depending on how much pressure I put when I am coloring. Okay, then for the inside of his ears, I'm going to come in with Nectar, so it's a little bit pinkish. I'll give him a little bit of a rosy cheek here, and a pink little nose. All right, now for my stocking, I'm going to come in with Scarlet Lake. So it's different shades of red I'm coming in with. And going in with a lighter hand here as well. And circular motions. Now the reason I really like going over these colored pencil coloring with my Gamsol is because it smooths it out and you don't see the coloring lines as much, but it's okay. I don't think my grandchildren will care if they can see the lines where I colored. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with Crimson Red and kind of do a little more pressure around the stocking edge, kind of to give it some shading.
This is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside
Now, here's my thought process. I know usually the little fuzz on the stocking is white, but what if I went in with some of this nectar? Just very lightly. Just so it's not exactly white, but it has some tones of pink to go with all the red in the stocking. And just kind of haphazardly going over everywhere. See if I go in with some leftover ink on this blending brush, just for a little bit of like a halo effect around our house mouse in the stocking. Now friends, I bought some of this chiffon ribbon on Amazon. I don't know, I just wanted to see if I liked it for some of my mini albums or tags or any other projects that I may be doing. So let's see if I like it on this tag. I might need a little bit more. So I'm going to cut it. I'm going to do it, guys. Set that aside. Then just run it through the loop here. Oh, that does look pretty, doesn't it, with that ribbon? I like it. I like it. Now I wanted to show you, I did make one beforehand. So I made this one, and around the edges I went over it with my colored pencil. So I just kind of went in and shaded over the edges of the tag. I didn't use ink blending, but that's how I went around the edges. I did do some ink blending here. I colored in the white of this stocking a little bit more with that nectar colored pencil, but I think they're both so pretty. I just should add some ribbon to that, huh? Let me get my ribbon and add it to this one. I'm gonna go with this kind of old pink. And we'll use that for this one. And I know this is a wider ribbon. I'm gonna order some that's, I've seen other YouTubers use that's more of a, you know, that crinkly kind of, it's the, come on, seam binding or the bias. So I'm going to order some of that too to have for my tags. Perfect. Let me get this through. Oh, they're both so pretty. I love them. Let me know in the comments below, guys, which one do you prefer? The one with a pink chiffon ribbon or the more reddish chiffon ribbon? I like them both. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribed to my YouTube channel or followed me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.